What's going on, guys? Back with another video, and today we're going to be answering the question, why hasn't Supercell added a new building in Clash Royale? This is the question many people have been asking for well over a year, and we haven't got a direct answer from Supercell. They have tried a ton of new building cards, but none of them were added. In order to answer this question, we have to go back and take a look at a little bit of history from Clash Royale. The past year, there hasn't been a new building. In fact, the last one to get added was the Furnace in May 2016, about 16 months ago of when this video was made. But that doesn't answer anything, right? So we have to go even farther back to when the game wasn't even out. In the development stages of Clash Royale, like I mentioned in some previous videos, buildings had no lifetime like any other card in the game. This means they were up the entire match until they got destroyed. So yeah, infinite elixir collector, infinite expo, and an endless amount of defenses just laying across the arena. Buildings were later given lifetime for obvious reasons. They were up for too long, and it was very easy to just have 10 cannons on the ground and ruin the match. Imagine how it would have been if Supercell never added lifetime on these cards. It would have been a different game. But flying over to when the game was now released in January 2016, buildings were a bit different as well. They had different costs, and some even had different abilities. For example, the Expo was able to target air, meaning yes, it was exactly the same as the Expo from Clash of Clans. It could target minions, balloons, dragon, all that stuff. Another one was the cannon. The cost for this guy was 6 elixir, did 2 times the damage it does today, and had even more range. Buildings back in the day were super OP, and every deck had one. Unfortunately though, every single building in the game was nerfed. Yes, all of them. The Expo now only targets ground, takes way longer to deploy. Lifetime was decreased, and as for the cannon, the elixir cost is now 3, does way less damage, and nowadays, it's just not as good as it used to be. Obviously, there were other buildings that had huge changes, but I think you guys get the point by now. So why did Supercell purposely make every building worse? Even before the game came out, they had already nerfed buildings, so what's going on? Does Supercell hate buildings? Well, on a podcast they held on YouTube, they mentioned that the company wanted to move away from a defense game and have much more of a fast-paced feel. But recently Supercell was testing out a new legendary building, the Ice Wizard Tower. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but since we're on the same topic, I had to mention it because, come on, the first legendary building was gonna be lit. This pretty much confirms Supercell has not given up on buildings, but rather it seems as though they don't want to mess up. Buildings in the game already have somewhat of a bad reputation at times, and they have to be very careful when balancing them. Make the Expo a little too OP and the game is ruined. People stop playing and they just don't like the game anymore. Like I said at the start of the video, Supercell developers have mentioned that they tested a few buildings, but none of them seem to fit in the game. So will we ever see a new building? Well, I cannot give you a direct answer since I don't know the future, but it seems very unlikely. It's been a year and a few months since the last one, and the game has moved beyond the new building era. The only buildings that currently still get fixed is the Expo and the Mortar. All the other ones are just chilling because they're okay. So based on what we have discussed in the video, why hasn't Supercell added a new building in the game? Yep, we're still asking that question. There might be many reasons why, but the most validated answer is Supercell is just shifting away from a defense battle since there are already 3 towers in the arena. The only defense that should be happening is the towers, not buildings. This is the reason why buildings have got nerfed a lot, and yeah, that's the answer. So guys, I think that should be it for today's video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, just make sure to let me know down below, and I'll definitely pick up on the next question. I know it's a pretty short video, but pretty interesting, right? So I hope you guys have a good one, and peace out YouTube. See you on the next one. Peace!